Okay, welcome to our 10th meeting. Today we are going to discuss about negotiation in a meeting. Okay, the first thing first, we are going to do a matching game. Okay, you can match the picture with the answer on the right side. I'll give you some time. Okay, so the first one, the answer is Birkin. The second one is victory. And the last one is demand. That's the correct answer. Okay, next, we have some question in here, so you can answer it by yourself. So the question is, what do you know about negotiation? Have you ever done a negotiation in English or Bahasa? You can pause the video and try to answer this question. Okay, next, we have language expression for negotiation. In here, we have beginning the negotiation and setting the agenda. For the example, let's start by having a look at the agenda, and so on. And next, we have listening and asking for proposal. For the example, what are your views on blah 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 blah. For the example on listening and asking for proposal, I will give one example in here. I will use the phrases, how do you feel about, and for the example, how do you feel about the meeting today? Next, we have making suggestion and proposal, and arguing or for proposal and views presented. In making suggestion, we have we think the best way is to blah 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 blah. And for the arguing for proposal, the most important reason for this is blah 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 blah. Notes in here. When the negotiation reaches deadlock atau mentok atau jalan buntu, someone has to come up with solution. Jadi seorang harus memberikan sebuah solusi. And here for the example, we think the best way is to use product from XYZ company. That's the example for arguing for proposal. Notes in here, after you suggest solution, it's crucial to support them with arguments. Jadi setelah nyatakan sebuah suggestion atau solution, itu harus disertai dengan argumen. Jadi contohnya seperti, we think the best way is to use product from XYZ company. Then the most important reason for this is because the product from XYZ company is better than ABC company. That's for the example. Okay, the next part will be explained by Alcia.
So, for the next is showing understanding or agreement on the point. In your handout, we have provide some phrases, and you can read it first. Yeah, the first one, you can say I agree with you on that point, and the second one, that's a fair question, and the third, so what you're saying is that you blah blah blah. and then you can say in other words, you feel that, blah, blah, blah. And then you have a strong point there. And then next, language to use for objection on a point or over. You can say, I understand where you are coming from, however, or you can say, I'm prepared to compromise, but, and so on. You can read it by yourself in your handout. And then for the conclusion, you can conclude that you can say by saying, let's look at what we decide to do. Or shall we try to sum up the main point of our discussion? Or you can say, let's sum this up really quickly to make sure we are on the same page. And then if you done the negotiation, after you did the negotiation, you can say you have to make an email so you can make the negotiation works better. So formalize the agreement or negotiation. This ways for each party to guarantee that talks will continue. A letter of intent often outlines the major issues that will be discussed in the future negotiations. And we have provided the example of writing an email or continuing the negotiation through email for further more details. You can see it by yourself in your handout. So for the main activity, I want you to identify. First, you have to read the text first. Yeah. So I want to ask what the text is about. What information that you get from this dialogue? That's correct. So there are 7 underlined phrases. I want you to answer number 1. If it's not, shall we start our agenda today? What kind of phrases is that? And then the second one, so what is your opinion? What kind of phrases is that? And then the third, and we need to hire more people to work with us, or do you have any suggestion about that? What kind of phrases is that? Number 4, I agree with your words. We should hire more people. What kind of phrases is that? Number 5, you have a strong point there. And then number 6, from my perspective, we lack the money to hire people. What kind of phrases is that? And then number 7, so let's sum this up really quickly to make sure we are on the same page. What kind of phrases is that? I want you to answer the question on Word, and then you can submit it through our emails at kumpultugasbeing@gmail.com. Here's some vocabulary. We have quiz after this, and before we did our quiz, I want you to take a look at this vocabulary that may be useful for the quiz after this. So I will give you some time to read it first. You can pause the video. Okay, so we will start the quiz. Number 1, the parties came to blah 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 after 5 hours of negotiating. Number 2, 1 blah 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 that always works is to ask your counterpart to speak first. number 3, we would have more blah 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 if we had some more recent statics to use. Number 4, they were blah 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 to our proposal until we made our last demand. And number 5, we were blah 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 over prices all afternoon. I want you to submit it too with the previous activity, and you can submit it through our email. So that's all for our meeting today. Thank you for listening to our learning video.